The final of the 2015 French Open was played between number one Novak Djokovic, who was 28 years old, and number eight seed Stan Wawrinka, who was 30 years old at the time of this final. This is an interesting final to me because it's very important for a couple of facts. One is that it's the only final in 2015 of the Grand Slams that Novak Djokovic did not win. Had he won this match, he would have won a calendar year Grand Slam. But she tried again a few years later and missed the U.S. Open. But this year, he had just won the Australian Open and was looking for a second Grand Slam in the French Open. Later went on to win Wimbledon and the U.S. Open in finals over Roger Federer. And then the second reason that I find this match significant is because of Stan Wawrinka. All those years from 2007 to almost to 2020, it was all about the big three: Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. And sometimes they threw into the mix Andy Murray and called it the Big Four. But he was really a distant fourth to all those other three as far as tournament victories and Grand Slam victories. So there's this 3 year period where a late bloomer from Switzerland named Stan Wawrinka, the same country that Roger Federer is from, started playing great. And he won the Australian Open in 2014 over Rafael Nadal. And in this match here, we're going to see he won over Novak Djokovic in 2015. And then he was also able to beat Djokovic in 2016 in the U.S. Open. So Wawrinka won 3 major titles in 3 years. And all those years prior to 2014 and then post 2016, he's never won a major. He only actually played in one other final, which was against Nadal in 2017 in Roland Garros and lost pretty bad. So he did win his first 3. This is the middle one of those matches where Djokovic was expected to win, but Wawrinka, for whatever reason it is, in those 3 years he beat Federer twice. Of his 3 career victories over Federer, he beat Nadal 3 times. All his career victories over Nadal took place from 2014 to 2016. In fact, at one time he won 3 out of 4 over Nadal. And then he's won 6 times over Djokovic. I think 3 times though during these 3 years. He won a couple times earlier in his career and won late. But I'm kind of interested. I mean, I've just seen some highlights of Wawrinka, and I know I'm kind of interested to see what causes late bloom in his career, and then possibly why did he lose that? How was he able to come up and contest the big three for these 3 years? I do know I've seen highlight videos of his backhand, so I'm kind of excited to see his one-handed backhand, but not sure what we're going to see here and why he was so strong. But this does look like it's a good match, so I'm putting it on the Greatest Tennis Matches channel. First set, so let's just get right to it. It's at Roland Garros in Paris. Clay courts, which play slow, usually don't favor the big power players. And it's a nice sunny day, so it's a great day to watch a match on the nice clay. And the first set was not too eventful. Djokovic broke Stan at 3-3. Wawrinka was serving 3-3. Just had a terrible game. He had 3 unforced errors. One of them was really bad, where he hit it very wide off his backhand, and then he double faulted to lose out the game. So went down 3-4. Then Djokovic held. Then he held. And then Djokovic was serving out the set at 5-4, and Wawrinka actually came back and got a break point, but he wasn't able to convert. Djokovic ended up holding, and he did his big, grunt and yell, and how he does. And it was like, okay, well, here we go. Djokovic might be on his way to his first French Open. Another big point I forgot to mention earlier. This was the only major that Djokovic had won to this point. Never won the French Open. Later, he's won it 2 times. But this was going to be his day to complete the Grand Slam and join 7 other players. I always forget the first 3, but I know Rod Laver, Andre Agassi, Federer, and Nadal had all won all 4 of the Grand Slams. So this was a really big match for Djokovic historically. He did win the first set. There were some good points, mostly baseline. Wawrinka came into the net a couple times, but these were definitely baseline players. And Wawrinka was just a little less consistent than Djokovic. I think that's what cost him. But he did hit some great shot, forehands and backhands alike. And then Djokovic was just his usual self. Great serve, great defense, very solid ground strokes, great movement. You know, he's the tough guy to win points off. I've seen matches where his opponents just have to work so hard and hit so many good shots in a row to possibly win a point against him. It just gets to be exhausting. And I think Wawrinka was finding his footing here in the first set. But in any case, Djokovic prevailed 6-4. And we're going to move on to the second set. But definitely a solid set for both of them. It's just Wawrinka had that one failure to serve. It just had a really bad game, and that cost him the set because he wasn't able to do anything else. So moving on to set 2. Excited to see what happens next and how it plays out. And I'll have another video soon.